He needs that money.
Hundreds of pairs.
That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive though, but
He's only 46.
I
But
don't
he does this with everything, man. He's
I don't
got
think
$1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
Hey, they give him to him?
Putting lies on my name, putting lies on me and my team and my family, and hurting my business. We're not talking about millions. We're talking about billions of dollars. We can't do that. So this is my first time ever filing a lawsuit against a media company. I'm shopping, spending money, living life. Money made, all day.
Joe Rogan has slammed the latest revelations about Floyd Mayweather's reported bankruptcy, warning that even the wealthiest athletes can go broke through reckless spending. Rogan emphasized that financial success doesn't give anyone a free pass to dodge responsibilities like taxes, pointing directly to Mayweather's ongoing issues with the IRS. He argued that a lifestyle of unchecked luxury, combined with poor financial planning, is a guaranteed recipe for downfall.
Owe that money to the IRS. How much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to
It's
pay.
neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money. There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've
what's
given
not
you
good?
$25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats. You can sell them.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s defamation lawsuit against Insider Incorporated marks a bold shift in his public narrative. At the center of the legal battle is an article that casts doubt on the legitimacy of a reported $42 million real estate deal, allegedly involving Mayweather and a staggering 62 building acquisition. The lawsuit accuses the publication of intentionally misrepresenting the facts, portraying Mayweather as dishonest or misleading about his financial status. If true, the deal would be one of the largest individual real estate transactions in recent memory. However, the article challenges both the authenticity of the purchase and the financial mechanisms behind it, putting Mayweather's credibility under scrutiny. His legal action appears strategically aimed at reasserting his image, not only as a boxing icon, but as a serious and successful entrepreneur.
So I know you guys want to talk about real estate. Only thing I'm doing is answer the questions.
That is a real estate question.
Okay, so out of 48 years, I'm 48 years old, and I've never sued a media outlet. The media outlet throughout my life has bashed me, talked bad about me, spoke bad about my family. Now, I've always been judged because how I have presented myself when I'm promoting a fight. You cannot judge me for entertaining the people when I'm promoting a fight. Judge me for the person that you know. You can't judge me if you don't know me. So that's no different from people in this room may want to do a deal with me. But if someone going out there putting lies on my name, put lies on me and my team and my family and hurting my business, we're not talking about millions. We're talking about billions of dollars. We can't do that. So this is my first time ever filing a lawsuit against a media company.
Mayweather's rebuttal zeroes in on what he sees as the article's clear bias and its deliberate omission of key evidence. He claims his legal team supplied Insider Incorporated with substantial documentation verifying the legitimacy of the $42 million real estate deal. Proof he says the outlet ignored in favor of pushing a more sensational, damaging narrative. Notably, Mayweather points out that this is his first lawsuit of this kind against the media, underscoring the gravity of the situation in his eyes. His determination to defend his reputation signals a broader effort to reshape his image, from a flashy athlete to a serious, responsible businessman under attack by reckless journalism.
To build my name, to build my reputation, and I'm not gonna let anyone go out there and smear my name and talk bad about me, talk bad about my family, or talk bad about my companies.
right, one more toughie. So,
Nothing is tough.
no? Okay.
After being in the sport of boxing, dealing with the sport of boxing, there's nothing that's tough.
Fair. So that article sparked rumors that you are bankrupt. How do you respond to that? I don't think you have publicly responded
Well,
yet.
everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, if we call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, being able to do what you want to do, if that's bankrupt, then I'm pretty sure everybody want to live like that.
Okay, so I think we'll end with this one. When I spoke to you all last week, you were riding around Miami, you were looking to buy even more.
Yes.
Have you bought anything in the week since we last spoke?
I don't know. I was out in Miami for a while. We were looking at a few properties. I'm pretty sure for the end of the year,
Stephen A. Smith's commentary adds fuel to the already heated controversy, casting a skeptical eye on the transparency of Floyd Mayweather's business dealings. While he stops short of dismissing Mayweather's lawsuit outright, Smith hints that there's more to the story than the headlines and staggering dollar amounts suggest. He points out that Mayweather's ventures often appear more focused on image than substance, driven by optics rather than solid financial fundamentals. The implication is clear. Although Mayweather projects the persona of a savvy business mogul, the foundation of those ventures might not hold up under serious examination.
I can't count the amount of examples where I saw people getting laid off, and then I see somebody come up right behind and get some contract. Business does business. You never know what's behind the goal of a business per se. What you do know is the work that you put in. If you're smart enough, what value comes with that work. And then at the same time, you also pride yourself in being very, very reasonable. I haven't, and I'm not going to talk about my contract negotiations with ESPN. They are ongoing. I think the talks have been very pleasant. I think we're making progress. We'll see what happens. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, I've got decisions to make because I got a future to think about.
50 Cent's remarks cut deep, spotlighting the lack of hard evidence backing Floyd Mayweather's real estate claim. Instead of presenting detailed contracts or bank statements to reinforce his financial credibility, Mayweather is opting for legal action, a move critics like 50 Cent view as a smokescreen rather than a genuine attempt to clear his name. From this perspective, the lawsuit looks more like a strategic intimidation tactic than a pursuit of truth. In a cultural climate already skeptical of celebrity wealth and flashy personas, 50's commentary taps in a growing public doubt, resonating with audiences who question what's really behind the luxury facade.
Description where y'all can watch that in full, and as we have already seen, 50 Cent has been very involved in critiquing, taking shots at Floyd Mayweather, and when this came across his desk, he did nothing other than that. If that's the case, it's going nowhere because you didn't do the deal, champ. He must have named the writer separately to make him have to pay his own legal team. The champ is bang, and 50 most definitely promoted his brands and everything with that because 50 Cent has came into question about this deal that Floyd Mayweather has struck, showed his real estate businesses. People started diving into it. Floyd Mayweather has been defending it, but I just realized he put this $100 million lawsuit in against Business Insider, saying that they have been going at him for a long time now, coming at his family, coming at his team, and saying these derogatory things and defaming him, so he won $100 million. The suit lost in the Southern District of New York names Insider Inc. and reporter Daniel Geiger as defendants. It is centered around reporting by Geiger about real estate deals Mayweather Jr. publicly discussed, including an agreement to buy a 62-building Manhattan apartment portfolio. Geiger reported in late March that there is no evidence that there has been a sale. According to the lawsuit, Geiger embarked on a campaign of harassment and defamation categorized by aggressive and misleading journalism that not only distorts the truth, but seems driven by a deep-seated bias against Mr. Mayweather's success. It claims that Geiger refused to review documentation proving the deals in question happened, and suggests that there's a racial component to the reporter's work.
Mayweather's usual nonchalant demeanor in interviews takes a noticeable turn when financial questions arise, shifting from confidence to evasiveness. His unwillingness to provide concrete numbers or specifics when confronted with bankruptcy rumors only fuels speculation, rather than putting doubts to rest. His vague responses invite deeper scrutiny. In the world of public figures, perception is power, but when that carefully crafted image begins to crack, a lack of transparency can quickly speed up the unraveling.
So that article sparked rumors that you are bankrupt. How do you respond to that? I don't think you have publicly responded yet.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, if we call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, being able to do what you want to do, if that's bankrupt, then I'm pretty sure everybody want to live like that.
That last statement was a fact. If that's bankrupt, I'm sure a lot of people want to live like that. I'd sell a few of them planes, especially if I was going bankrupt. But yeah, it wouldn't be a bad lifestyle to have. Now, Floyd Mayweather isn't the most articulate person. He does not articulate himself the best. This has been well known throughout his career. He is a prize fighter. He is a master promoter. He is a great business person. Put him behind a microphone or have him articulate himself, he's not the best at it. So if you listen to that and y'all tell me if y'all got the same vibe I did or if y'all think that I'm tripping, it sounds like he's running around a lot of shit. And it's like, all right, bro, yeah, you might be going bankrupt. But let's understand something real quick. If one of Floyd Mayweather's businesses, or if his business is going bankrupt, that does not mean that Floyd Mayweather himself is broke. That means that his business may be struggling. Oh yeah, his business may be struggling, and you can file for bankruptcy. I think it's 13 or 9, chapter 13 or chapter 9, or whatever the case may be.
Mayweather's public insistence that he owes nothing in taxes directly contradicts documented IRS actions, casting a shadow over the image he's built as a financially untouchable mogul. Allegations of tax evasion or outstanding balances are no small matter, especially for someone who flaunts wealth as a core part of their identity. This contradiction hits at the foundation of his personal brand. If even the IRS is pursuing him, the illusion of flawless financial control begins to crumble. The weight of official legal filings only amplifies critics' concerns and could potentially trigger deeper investigations into his true financial health. While Mayweather frequently touts a $400 million real estate portfolio as proof of generational wealth, the lack of transparent, verifiable details raises serious doubts. His bold proclamations may inspire admiration, but when the facts don't align, they also raise red flags. The growing gap between his confident public image and the murky realities of his financial dealings begs the question: is Mayweather's empire grounded in genuine wealth, or is it a carefully curated illusion designed to maintain a persona he spent years constructing?
Money made. Aaron Mayweather too. No money green on. Change it up. Change it up. Change it up. That's what we do. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's what we did. I need everybody, all the fighters all around the world. MMA, boxers, follow this man right here. We get the job done. Money made, and y'all know the rest.
Social media has become the new battleground for shaping public perception, and in Floyd Mayweather's case, the line between reality and PR spin is growing increasingly blurred. While his lawsuit against Insider Incorporated may be aimed at silencing critics, it has instead ignited a wave of scrutiny and debate. Fans and observers aren't just questioning the authenticity of his claimed wealth, they're also probing the true motives behind the legal move. Far from clarifying his position, the lawsuit appears to have deepened the mystery, casting more doubt on the financial image Mayweather has so carefully cultivated.
Apparently, Floyd Mayweather files a $100 million lawsuit against Business Insider over real estate deal report. Damn, that's an expensive lawsuit. The lawsuit comes after a report by Business Insider journalist Daniel Geiger claimed that the 62-building Manhattan real estate portfolio that Mayweather announced he acquired never actually occurred. Geiger's report stated there was no evidence a sale was made. Mayweather's lawsuit claimed that Geiger refused to refute documents of the deal, and it was an attempt by Geiger to publicly humiliate Mayweather. They embarked on a campaign of harassment and defamation characterized by aggressive and misleading journalism that not only distorts the truth but seems driven by a deep-seated bias against Mr. Mayweather's success. Floyd Mayweather. No, damn well he did not write that. And why would he? He's talking about himself in third person. That's so cringe. Business Insider has provided a statement to Front Office Sports saying, "We will vigorously defend against this meritless attempt to discredit our reporting and smear our reporter." So they aren't backing down at all. It's going to be interesting.
In the ring, Floyd Mayweather's undefeated record and defensive mastery have firmly secured his legacy as one of boxing's all-time greats. But outside the ropes, his recent actions have sparked controversy. His bold claim of owning over $400 million in real estate was quickly met with skepticism and ultimately undermined when public records failed to back it up. The discrepancy has sparked not just disbelief, but also disappointment among fans who once admired his financial prowess. Many are now left wondering if Mayweather is more invested in preserving an image of opulence than in being honest about his true accomplishments.
For some odd reason, at the beginning of the year, Floyd Mayweather decided to tell us all that he bought a bunch of apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Everybody has found out that that wasn't true. Apparently, it's not that hard to figure out who owns property. This is not an indictment on Floyd Mayweather as a boxer. He is one of the best boxers we've ever seen. Anybody who is privy to Floyd Mayweather's antics outside of the ring knows Floyd ain't bought no goddamn apartment buildings in no Upper Manhattan, bro. We knew that when he told us. I'm not sure who Floyd Mayweather thought he was fooling. Nothing about Floyd Mayweather outside of a boxing ring says savvy. I'm sorry. This is the same Floyd Mayweather that 50 Cent told he would donate $50,000 to the charity of his choice to read Harry Potter. He bought $400 million worth of apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Come on, Floyd. The people who was living in apartment buildings, the second they heard that Floyd Mayweather bought their building, they was on the phone with property management, like, what's really? I will pay $10,000 a month, but I won't pay $10,000 a month to a nigga. Floyd, you can't just do that with Upper Manhattan apartment buildings, bro. Tell lies like that about the projects, man. You gotta do that to the hood, man. Ain't nobody going for that shit in Upper Manhattan, Floyd. You should have knew better than that, my boy. But then again, you are Floyd Mayweather. Oh, man. Anybody with common sense knew that Floyd was in trouble when he started.
There was a time when Floyd Mayweather's financial dominance seemed as untouchable as his boxing legacy. With over $1 billion earned from blockbuster pay-per-view fights and lucrative sponsorships, he stood as a symbol of sporting and financial success. But instead of securing that fortune through disciplined investments, much of it was poured into a life of extreme luxury. Fleets of exotic cars, custom private jets, and over-the-top displays of wealth. This constant showcase of extravagance, once seen as part of his brand, now appears to have come at a steep cost. Signs of financial instability are beginning to emerge, casting doubt on the solidity of the empire he once flaunted. The trajectory is starting to resemble that of Mike Tyson, another boxing legend whose immense wealth crumbled under the weight of unchecked spending and poor financial decisions. Despite their contrasting personalities, both Tyson and Mayweather used wealth as a public spectacle, a performance of dominance and success. But beneath the surface, cracks have started to show. Mayweather's repeated flaunting of luxury goods now echoes the same patterns that led Tyson to bankruptcy, raising the unsettling possibility that he may be repeating history rather than learning from it.
background as always, talking about the Miss Jackson situation. We seen Marcos Maidana looking focused, more so focused on his baby and everything. So those are a lot of the minor takeaways. But my major takeaway from this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, is I was quickly hit with a emotion of nostalgia. You know what I mean? Because seeing Floyd Mayweather with all this money and cars and clothes and hoes and yada, 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 it just kind of reminded me. There was a small segment in that episode that stated that a lot of fighters believe in their immortality. You know what I mean? We've seen this before. So the question I ask, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. You know, they start off well, so flamboyant, with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses they invest in. There's something special, you know, at least in their minds they are. And then after either retirement or near retirement, or after the fight game has left them, traditionally boxers go broke, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying this is going to happen to Floyd Mayweather, but I swear on everything, man, I hope it doesn't happen to Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather is going to go down in the halls of history, ladies and gentlemen, as possibly top 3 to top 5 to top 10 of all-time greats. I mean, depending on how you view Floyd Money Mayweather.
Concerns about Floyd Mayweather's financial decisions aren't just coming from critics. They're emerging from within his own family. Jeff Mayweather, a respected trainer and close relative, has publicly voiced confusion over Floyd's erratic financial behavior. His impulsive investments, especially in high-risk real estate deals, point to a troubling lack of strategic planning. Rather than leaning on expert guidance, Floyd appears to be navigating complex financial terrain driven by ego more than expertise. This reckless approach has sparked valid questions about the true state of his wealth. How much is real, and how much is carefully curated illusion? At the height of his fame, Mayweather was as known for his jaw-dropping paydays and flashy lifestyle as he was for his skills in the ring. His constant bragging about money kept him in the public eye, often overshadowing his boxing achievements. But now, with growing signs of financial instability, the illusion is beginning to crack. As the spotlight shifts, the persona of the untouchable mogul is being challenged. And for many, the curtain is finally being pulled back on the performance.
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3-4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest stories in boxing and beyond. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.